Welcome to Things You Don't Know, one of the shows where we explore the history, technology, and principle behind different issues.
Today, we are looking at the tools people use to guard what matters most. Everything from safes and lockboxes to lockers, padlocks, safety deposit boxes, and the authentication systems that secure them.
Yeah, so we often focus on digital security, but physical security is just as fundamental. Whether you're safeguarding valuables, documents, medications, weapons, or electronics. The goal is always the same: control who can access them.
That's right. Now, the idea goes back thousands of years. Secure storage is really about identity, authorization, and trust, concepts that long predate modern technologies.
Understanding the tools available helps people choose the right level of protection for their needs.
Yeah, let's go back in history a little bit. The earliest known locks come from, this is going to surprise you. It surprised me, from ancient Egypt. It's about 4,000 years ago. Wowzer.
That's been a minute, hadn't it, Dr. Weaver?
Yeah, just a couple of minutes there, Chandler.
Yeah.
These were wooden pin tumbler systems. Okay, that is surprisingly, it's the same basic principle still powering many mechanical locks today.
The Romans later refined locking mechanisms using metal. Working with bronze and iron allowed for smaller, stronger locks and eventually portable locking containers.
I am just so surprised by that. Aren't you, Dr. Deneen?
I am. I was also surprised to learn that safes have equally old roots. Early versions were basically reinforced wooden chests, but the modern safe took shape in the 19th century thanks to inventors like Charles Chubb and Linus Yale Sr. and Jr.
Yale Junior's work on the pin tumbler lock and reliable dial based combination systems created the foundation for many safes and padlocks that are still in use today.
Absolutely. Now, I want to talk about the different types of secure storage that we have today. Now, a safe is typically a heavy, reinforced container designed to withstand force entry, fire, and sometimes even flooding. They're used in homes, offices, institutions for immediate and high value items.
Some are standalone, others are built into walls and floors. Access varies keys, combinations, electronic keypads, or lately biometrics.
Lock boxes are lighter and they're more portable than safes. They're common for real estate keys, small amounts of cash, documents, or temporary storage.
That's right. And they're not designed to resist high effort attacks. Their purpose is controlled, convenient access, not maximum protection.
We should also mention padlocks, one of the most universal security tools worldwide. They're portable, adaptable, and can secure anything with a hasp, chain, or latch.
Padlocks date back to ancient Rome and China. They're evolved from simple metal bolt seals into spring loaded mechanisms with hardened shackles.
Modern versions range from inexpensive deterrents to high security models with anti drill plates, ball bearing locking, and options for keys, combinations, or biometrics.
Yeah, let's talk safety deposit boxes. They sit inside bank vaults, steel, concrete alarms, and layered access controls.
For safety, they typically use a dual key system. One key is held by the bank, and one by the customer, and both are required to open the box.
Now, the lockers. Now, the lockers are common in gyms, airports, schools, and package pickup stations. They are modular, scalable, and built for repeated turnover of users.
Security depends heavily on the lock. Padlocks, built in key to combination locks, or electronic access systems.
A quick note here, Dr. Deneen, you were relating to me that you, because of some of the issues that you have with your exceptionality, had trouble with lockers.
I did.
And yeah, can you say just something briefly?
Yes, my hands weren't quite stable enough to always line up with a combination, so the school took the combination off, gave me a padlock and a key, and I could manage.
Yeah, there you go.
A lot easier.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's go to keys. Keys are physical tokens. You either have them or you don't. They're simple, reliable, and ancient.
But they can be lost or copied, and possession doesn't necessarily prove identity.
Combination locks remove the need for a physical key. They rely on a sequence of numbers stored in memory.
The system is convenient, but the user becomes the weak link if the combination is forgotten or shared.
Now let's go talk about passwords. Digital inputs, keypads, and passwords extend the idea. They can be reset, multiple users can be granted access, and advanced systems can log usage.
But passwords require discipline. No reusing codes, no obvious combinations, and protection from being observed when entering them.
Yes, indeed. How about fingerprints? Well, fingerprint recognition introduces biometric identity. It's fast and removes reliance on memory or possession.
That's right, but it's not flawless, Dr. Weaver.
Nope.
Dirt, moisture, and or injuries can cause failures, and advanced attackers can spoof prints.
Mm-hmm.
Facial recognition increases convenience. There's no need for touching, no codes to remember, no keys.
Lighting, angle, and spoofing risks are still factors, but the technology continues to improve.
Voice recognition plays a niche role in physical access, more common in multi-factor systems.
The one downside is it struggles with background noise and can be tricked by recordings, but it adds another option to the authentication toolbox.
Yeah, it does. All authentication methods rely on three categories: something you have, something you know, and something you are.
Keys and physical tokens are something you have. Passwords and combinations are something you know, and biometrics are something you are.
The strongest security systems layer these categories: a key plus a PIN that stands for personal identification number, a fingerprint plus a voice phrase, or a dual key system like a safety deposit box in a bank.
Yeah, it's about raising the cost and difficulty for unauthorized access.
I want to turn our attention now, guys, to the future of secure storage. Now, we're already seeing app control safes and lockboxes using Bluetooth, NFC, or Wi Fi. Your phone becomes your access credential.
Cloud based systems are emerging where multiple forms of verification are required simultaneously. For example, a biometric scan plus a cloud key exchange.
You know, when we say this multi-level, reminds me, Dr. Deneen, of your complaint sometimes doggone it, I have to multiple, I have to do this. I have to say my password and I have to say my name and I have to scratch my nose and I have to do this and I have to
I
do that.
understand the value of it, but it can be a little hard to remember them all at the same time.
Especially when you have 168 passwords you're trying to remember.
10 4 on that.
Yeah.
So some high security environments are experimenting with blockchain backed access logs to create tamper resistant audit trails.
Now, as we were researching and discussing this topic, we realized that a related issue needed to really be addressed here. Security breaches. Now, we're not going to get into that much now, but we will be doing a separate podcast on that topic.
Yeah. When you brought that up, Chandler, I said, oh yeah, that you're right on time with that. So yeah, we will do it.
All right, that sounds good. Now, let's talk about choosing the right storage for your needs here. When choosing between safes, lock boxes, padlocks, safety deposit boxes, and lockers, start with three questions. What are you protecting? From whom are you protecting it? And for how long?
Each type of storage has its own value. A safe provides strong resistance and environmental protection. A lockbox is best for quick and low risk access. Padlocks offer adaptability across countless situations. Safety deposit boxes add institutional protection and dual control access. Lockers emphasize convenience and scalability.
And remember, the access method matters as much as the container itself. A well-built safe with a weak password is only as strong as that password.
You're exactly right, Dr. Weaver. Now, physical security doesn't always get the spotlight, but it is a backbone of modern life. These systems shape how we protect what matters.
Choosing the right storage solution and understanding its strengths and weaknesses is a practical step anyone can take.
Yep. Listen, thanks for joining us on Things You Don't Know.
Until next time, leave a comment and a like, and please stay secure.
We'll see you next time, folks.